Let's stay with this story around these 6 bodies that were found on the N1 and speak to Lucky Seekoei, who's the Northern Cape Artisanal Miners Association chair, and he's a former Zama Zama. Lucky, thank you so much for your time. Are you surprised by this latest incident, given what we've also seen in the recent past as well?
I'm not surprised of what is happening. Because of now we have the problem of whereby the big companies, they are the ones now who are actually fighting, who are making everything in their power, to make sure that they take the proceeds that are actually received by the Zama Zamas. Remember in the beginning when the thing of Zama Zamas actually came into the picture, big minds and whoever, was actually against the Zama Zamas, And then now, all of a sudden, when Zama Zamas go inside the mine and then come out with the minerals, they are the ones now who want to control. They are the ones now who want to channel those minerals into their own markets. So even though it is not big miners, but there are people who are actually forcing, themselves to work with Zama Zama.
So
particularly some of the police, yeah.
So, Lucky, pardon me for coming in there. You are saying that there's big companies involved, which then means it's not just 2 warring gangs that we may see possibly behind this latest incident. There's more than what we are seeing. Am I hearing you correctly?
It's exactly my point. There's a war now. People are actually fighting to control whatever that Zama Zamas will actually come out with, from the mine. They want to have power over it, and then now they are creating this kind of gangsters. Imagine if I go in there, we have a lot of Zama Zamas who are actually going inside, and working for themselves. They go out with their proceeds, all right, without any fight. But there are those who are actually coming in who want to control, to have control over those minerals.
Are these companies known, Lucky?
The companies are known everywhere. These companies are known. Next week, I'll be exposing some of the companies, that are actually doing the very same thing to the Zama Zamas, I'll be exposing them by next week.
So are you going to do it on the show?
I will be doing it on other show of SABC, yes, but I won't actually disclose now because of it.
All right.
A secret,
That's fine.
Want to create it. Yes.
As long as you do it on the SABC, we'll appreciate it. Let's then talk about this particular issue. We've seen when these incidents happen, let's think, in fact, let's use Krugersdorp, for example, for purposes of this conversation. We saw the gang rape, and then we saw a lot of raids happening following that. And then this incident again happens. We're seeing this takedown approach, this show of force, approach to address the issue, and in the moment make sure that you deal with it. You go to the communities and you try and deal with what is happening. Is this approach working in the long term to try and also deal with the issue that we are seeing unfolding around the Zama Zamas?
I would actually ask you to just repeat the question again so that I must.
So you've seen in a number of communities, let's talk about Krugersdorp. You saw after that rape incident happened, the police went there, there was a show of force, there were raids, there were arrests and all of that. Now, we also saw police as well coming out when these bodies were discovered. Does this approach work, or does it work for the moment and it doesn't work for the long term for the communities that are affected by illegal mining?
For me, what I will say in all these things, we have been calling for government to regulate artisanal mining. particularly Zama Zamas, And then we have actually tried to talk to the police. We have tried to talk to government, particularly DMR, to say that can you absorb Zama Zamas and then also regulate it. Now the incident is getting out of hand, whereby now each and every criminal, will be actually associated as a Zama Zama, And what we are saying, Tina, as Zama Zamas, we are saying that those who are actually criminal must be arrested. We cannot have only 2 Zama Zamas or 3 Zama Zamas creating crime, and then all Zama Zamas have to be arrested, or have to be treated as if now Zama Zamas are actually bad people, Zama Zamas are not actually bad people. We are saying that the police must come in and call. There's a use of force. It won't actually assist because of here we have the problem of hunger. People who are actually hungry. Now, how are you going to keep the person who is actually hungry, who knows that when he goes inside the mine, you will get whatever that you want, you understand? And then he will be able to give his family also good life, a decent life, So how are you going to get that person out of the mine because of I know by myself that if I go in there, I will come up having money to be able to feed my family. Now, the use of force, it does not actually work because of we are now reversing the system again back to the very same apartheid system. We have said that we have this is democracy, whereby whenever we have issues, we should actually raise our issues. Now we've been raising issues, but government doesn't actually come to the table.
So, Lucky, you say that these are not bad people, but we've seen some heinous acts, and they are accused of this. I mean, the rape of those women in Krugersdorp was horrific, and there are some illegal miners that are accused of this. We're seeing the manner in which these 6 bodies were when they were found, some of them stoned to death, the brutal manner in which this is happening. You are a former Zama Zama yourself. What is leading to this brutality? Because as much as you say that they are not bad people, but there are rotten apples here.
I am still a Zama Zama. I'm not a former Zama Zama.
All right.
I'm actually the chairperson of the Zama Zama. I'm the Zama Zama. I know what is happening in our field.
Yeah.
There are people, now there are syndicates, we have actually asked the government to reach them so that we must be able to stop this thing that are actually happening, because of some other people who are going to feel that infighting inside are not actually Zama Zamas. Are people who are out there who are actually even working, who are feeling this thing. So we are calling and saying that Zama Zamas are not actually bad people as it has been displayed, And we need to say that particularly to the incident that has actually occurred in Krugersdorp, we as Zama Zamas, we are saying that those people should be arrested. And we are willing to work with the law, to make sure that all those issues of criminality will not actually dealt with, So we will be having our own convention in Port Knowledge, whereby Zama Zamas will be actually sending their clear message, that let Zama Zamas be legalized and let Zama Zamas be regulated, and let us see whether we will see these things that are actually happening currently right now.
So,
or this thing is just other people who are trying to actually destroy us.
So, Lucky, given the fact that then you are still part of this, and you also the representing even the association itself, have you heard anything? Because there's quite a lot of stories that are going around about what happened in this latest incident on the N1. Are you hearing anything about what was going on there?
Yes. But now for me, most of the things is just rumors, We know that there were infighting, but we cannot actually even tell, what actually led to that infighting. Is it whether others were trying to rob others, or is it this other syndicate, which I'm saying that they would go in there, they would just rob, they will wait for you to get out with your mineral will kill you, you know, and then they will want to display as if it's Zama Zamas, you know. We Zama Zamas are actually vulnerable, you know. Zama Zamas are vulnerable, and then we are waiting, we are calling on government to actually assist Zama Zamas.
All right, Lucky, let's then speak again, as you say that you've got more when it comes to these issues around illegal mining, and you'll be making these revelations next week. But let's leave it there with you for now. That is Lucky Seekoei. He's the Northern Cape Artisanal Miners Association chair, and he says that he is still currently a Zama Zama himself.